how can I call myself a Ho-Chunk person if I don't know who I am as a Ho-Chunk person? For me, being that last young adult, it was really important for me to come to the high school and help those other kids. Being here in the high school, it's my hope to provide that language knowledge for them and provide them whatever cultural knowledge I can and whatever cultural knowledge is appropriate for my role. Throughout the history with the United States and Native Americans, they've always tried to assimilate Native Americans, remove them from their ancestral homes. They would take the children and put them in these boarding schools, and so they were forced to speak English and punished for speaking their native tongue, for us specifically Ho-Chunk. Essentially, this traumatized these kids from wanting to speak their language, from wanting to teach their kids. And so their kids growing up, they might have taught them some language at home, but when they got to that school age, they're like, okay, you need to start learning how to speak English. You need to fit in.
I grew up hearing the language. It was around me all of the time. It wasn't spoken to me or with me enough.
Like my dad and his siblings and my grandmother, they would use Ho-Chunk amongst each other, but then they didn't really speak to us kids in Ho-Chunk. Almost everyone in my generation, Ho-Chunk wasn't our first language.
I think a lot of people of my generation grew up feeling as though Ho-Chunk wasn't our language necessarily. It's where we came from, but it wasn't necessarily ours personally. And so that's something that we need to change.
Someone had said something to me from a different tribe, and they were like, well, how is it that you're Ho-Chunk or you're Native and you don't know your language? And that was like, wow.
I think it was in 1992, we were realizing that, hey, there's these next generation of kids that are coming up, they're not speaking the language. We need to do something about this. A German linguist, she helped us develop one of our first public lexicons for the language. A younger person partnered with an elder first language speaker, and they learned the language from them together. And from that Master Apprentice program is where we started developing different programs to teach the community, different programs to get in the high schools, and to actually make it an accredited course. They're taking it because it's, hey, this is my language. I can learn my language and still get that credit. And so it's that whole other aspect of that reconnection, even if they're not realizing it.
So the high school program is actually one of our longest lasting programs. We have 5 public schools in Wisconsin that are part of our high school program. And so we are striving to reach that age group where we had a gap previously, so K through 12. What we want for is students to also include their parents, which is why we call it Bringing Ho-Chunk Home. So while we're having our students participate in these programs, it's really important that the parents sit in on these sessions as well and reinforce one another's learning.
I want to say that the teacher has a huge impact on making them feel that excitement to learn the language. Trying to be like, I don't want to teach the language how I learn the language. I want to teach it so that it's fun and it's engaging.
One of my big goals in the classroom always is to give them language that's everyday language they can use, and to inspire them to continue their language journey even after high school, and to keep on learning for themselves so that they can eventually, if they choose to have children or their nieces or nephews, teach them and get them going with the language, and just be proud of who they are as a Ho-Chunk person.
Yeah, I go home and like speak to my grandmother. Her first language is Ho-Chunk too. So I talk to her. Sometimes she laughs if I say something wrong, but like she corrects me and like tells me about the word and like where it comes from. And
so we were fortunate to partner with the Language Conservancy, and we have developed a between 12 and 13,000 word online dictionary, and we will be continually adding to that, of course.
Another awesome feature is that it has the audio of a eminent speaker saying these terms.
Wodak.
So there's a male saying it, and then
Wodak.
and a female saying it.
We also are recently developing a language app. So beginner learners will have a place to get started if they're not able to access a class or have the time to put into taking a class. They will be able to learn Ho-Chunk, beginning Ho-Chunk.
We're consciously making resources, but making them available to everyone. I feel like the language division has transitioned from being like a keeper of the language to more like a resource center.
It's who we are as people. All of our stories that we were told growing up it's something that the Creator gave us to communicate with. All of our ceremonies are in Ho-Chunk. Our language and our culture are intertwined. You can't have one without the other. If you lose one, you lose both. To maintain who we are as a people, to keep those ceremonies, to keep our culture, we need to keep the language too. These students now, it's just amazing to see how invested they are in their cultural ways and who they are as Indigenous people.
I think given where we're at right now with building the language program and the work that needs to happen with instruction with the language, I think the timing is good. I'm really grateful to be here. I feel blessed to be able to be here and to contribute to this work. And I have to say I'm really indebted to all of the elders who put so much time and effort into everything that we have here to work with.